What? What? So what do you want?
My green dustpan right under the back.
Jesus Christ.
Right, lift that up.
Yeah, you're not gonna let me do this damn video.
Thank you.
Shit. Excuse me. Alright, here we go. Okay, so Trump said purge. He said purge. You heard he said purge the Middle East. The Middle ain't no such thing as the Middle East. It's Northeast Africa. There is no Middle East. There's Northeast Africa with some people. We know who these people are. But regardless, he said he's going to purge them. The word he uses, purge. I find this highly ironic, right? Given the gentrification that is happening in indigenous, native, copper color, brothers from another mother, all around the hood, coming to a hood near you. And all the gentrification is coming to a hood near you. But he talks about purge the Middle East. Over because of their stupid ass, fake ass ideology that Zabinski instituted a form of irrational jihadism into these fools. But he's talking about purge. I call it population, or let's call it genocide. But he could use words like purge, a head of state, a big head of state. Big word. Big word. So, what the fuck? So, you already know what Prince is about. I mean, you might have to erase that whole little cabinet or some shit. I don't know. Shit, we would have been done better with fucking Hillary Clinton and just had everybody fucking gay than a motherfucker, right? Fuck it. I mean, y'all niggas gonna be gay anyway. Fuck it. Because you gave some stupid cornball fake white boys a belief system that they were white too. So Trump says purge. Highly ironic, isn't it? Which we live in. We're opposed to valuing the value of human life, human resources, destroying human life. And you guys don't know what infrastructures they're trying to take down. We know majority of this shit is fucking propaganda. We know you have debased our societies. But yeah, you talk about open language and Americans acquiesce. The white Americans acquiesce once again, or pale, or whatever you are this fucking week. Because it's not too many fucking Anglos. Shout out to my Anglos. I'm 21% Anglo, British, whatever the fuck that means. Anyway, so purge Northeast Africa of what? Islam. Now you supplanted Islam on black people, and you know you supplanted all these stupid ass religions on the people. Given the Gutenberg Bible, little backstory, bang. But yet you talk about purge Northeast Africa as if you know that's not going to be a proxy war on African people. You're going to bring all those stink freaking Arabs who think they light and they Arab and they better than somebody to come in y'all neck of the woods to oppress you. Why are these white people moving in black people neighborhoods? Oh, it's the rent. It ain't the rent. This shit is expensive. I mean, it's even everywhere. Okay, Agenda 2030. Got you. Agenda 2030. But why move in black neighborhoods? What the fuck? I mean, I know there's a historical thing. Anyway, weird times. Like I said, that's what I'm pinning it off on. Weird times. But Trump says to purge. Just putting it out there. Got my chair. And you got Pence. You know, you fucking Christians, you don't know shit about Christianity. All right? What you do know is Christendom. Just because you stand in a church does not make you a Christian. Just because you stand in a church on Sunday and you worship a dead white ghost, fake edifice dude, does not make you a Christian. So, like I said on my previous video, that Trump has already waged his war. Now, we already know these wars are waged by proxy. Okay? So, that's all I'm saying, man, is shout out to the ancestors. Wherever y'all at, in a real way. You know, and I'm just going to watch, like I said, this is my first time speaking about the whole Trump thing. And I know it's propaganda, but I'm going to speak on it anyway. Because he used explicit language like purge. So, like, you alt-right fools, you want to be Anglos. And I say want to be Anglos because a lot of you motherfuckers are not your ancestors. You're not. Go take an ancestor DNA. You're going to find out you're not the ancestors that you're claiming to be. Okay? The fact, I mean, remember the Anglo-Saxons were kind of copper color already. The real ones. Okay? So, I mean, I think you guys are talking about an ideology of pale skin. It's not white. You know, there's no tapioca. Like, for instance, that's why you have to study race and actually know what the fuck you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? You know, like, are you talking about Scandinavians? You talking about Scandinavians? So you got these Ottoman-looking motherfuckers, who they finna use these motherfuckers again, just like history, and use these niggas to run up and down Africa. That's just my take. War by proxy. A purge. Purge of what? You think you're talking about a purge of ideas? What's this, the Renaissance? I didn't know fucking Trump was leading the Renaissance. Nah, nigga, he talking about blowing you the fuck up. Pow. The head of of Britain, the lady over there, nigga, they said y'all ain't got no diplomatic immunity. It's gone. Bang. Diplomatic immunity is gone. What does that mean? That means they get to use chemical weapons now on the people that should not be using the chemical weapons. Are they able to use certain type of, they're able to the convention, the Geneva Convention. So it's just interesting, the Agenda 21 breakdown. Because like I said in my previous videos, I mean, I don't really believe in no prophecy, man. I don't believe in none of that shit. But they want to play it off. Trump will play the spookism shit, right? He'll use the Jews to do their little make their people sell out. If there's a video about how the Jews became the chosen people, or how they got, but that's another time for another fucking video. It's back to the Purge. Purge during springtime. It's funny. During spring, man, these motherfuckers will refuse to let you live. They want you on a frequency of war, rumors of war, to the point they'll blow some people up to fucking put this shit in the goddamn news. They want to get some type of enough, you know what I mean? I don't know what the fuck you white people really do. I gotta really hang out with some white people to find out what do you guys do. But I mean, other than they control a lot of these. Maybe I'm not gonna say it's the white people, because, like I said, I'm not putting it on you guys. It ain't too many of y'all motherfuckers left either. It's more how they play the new immigrants, and they give them a status of white, and whatever. And then they give them a TV, and then they say, "See, we're feeding you, and this is popular belief." Public opinion, is the name of the game in propaganda. So on that note, on the Purge, beware. He's using heavy wording to the and don't think they don't have everything lined up. After you and it's funny. It's like you listen to these guys talk about fucking. You must stay white. Okay, well, stay with me. Define Europe. And listen, I know places in Europe. Black people ain't going. Nobody's going. Don't worry, I ain't going. Are you talking about those Ottomans? Those Arabs are white. Arabs are white, pale. You gotta do. Blacks don't belong here. They have their own continent. Well, thank you. And I didn't know Europe was a continent. I didn't know Europe was a continent. I don't think it is a continent. Okay, but thank you. We know where black people don't belong here. They have their own continent. Well, now if you're talking about the immigration thing in Europe, like I said, you shouldn't have fucking went to war with fucking Gaddafi. And took him out of there. You wanted to take Gaddafi out, and you put your fucking Arabs in there. I mean, this is a war by proxy. They'll use immigrants to take down your current system. Your own governments do that. Duh. Duh, 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 duh. Just like your dumbed down education. Duh, 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 duh. So, I mean, I don't know the full scope of what's happening in Europe. EU is the problem. Well, geez, I mean, like I said, I don't really focus too much on EU politics. They did not vote, but yes, you did. Listen, what do you think World War I was and World War II was? That was called the League of Nations, when they united I got the book over here, but I mean, like I said, I'm not really doing the EU politic thing and the history of how the EU got into what it's basically, but that war hodgepodged you guys. It made you one banking system cartel. Okay, what the fuck do you think fucking all that Hitler shit was about? But my battery's finna fucking die. Baby, you think you can charge that for me? There's my battery over there. But I don't know I'm not now going back to Europe. Now, a lot of you Europeans, remember, you don't actually have a history. You don't have a history nor a culture. All your shit was predicated upon was the Renaissance era. Okay? What do you think Napoleon was talking about? Okay? This is one been fucking big war, man. Revolution War. I got the book over here. But that's where we're at. And so if this is about the purge about Africa, Europe has no culture. No, you ain't got no fucking culture. What the fuck you guys got? The skiing resort? The fuck do you have? Some fake ass Byzantine empire that was discovered 100 years after the supposed Byzantines died? You have a Renaissance period. You don't got no fucking culture. You must not know what fucking culture is. What the fuck is culture? Food. Majority all your foods were imported from, that's why they called it, you guys didn't have no food. No food. No music. This language was, the only thing European was given was the institutions. Europe brought forth institutionalized, standardized institutions. That's what Europe brought, was standardizations of institutions. Big deal. They didn't create anything new. All they did was rediscover shit. And then bring it back and say, look, I found something. You know? It's like everybody's drinking coffee, right? Ethiopians been drinking coffee for thousands of years. You Europeans just started drinking coffee. It's as new to you Asian people. Coffee. Wow. I'm drinking coffee. This is new to you. Mote latte shit. So you in search of something. So sorry to scare you up out of here. Somebody was in my chat. I go heavy on him, man. I'm gonna be a little nice, but I'll come with that raw dog. But back to the purge, man. So yeah, Europe, proxy war, boom. Y'all got taken out. Your own people sold you out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna go into y'all theology and y'all politics. I focus on way more of a West Coast American politics. This is more of an American politics. I don't know everybody's backstories, know a lot about it. But what I'm saying, these wars, right? Yeah, okay, he gonna blow y'all the fuck up. If y'all niggas, he gonna blow y'all up. The end. And put y'all into a little city. Y'all gonna be in some cities and shit, okay? And then you're gonna pick up a book on the television, and then y'all gonna believe whatever the fuck comes out this motherfucker. It's called Plato's Cave. Blah, 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 man. So, proxy war. Come on, hit me up with a question. Scared y'all motherfuckers out. Purge. You know what I'm saying? Life is precious, you guys. It's my belief. You know what I'm saying? I mean, a lot of you motherfuckers need some class, some help and shit. Maybe eat a little better. But that's because of the conditions we're in. You know what I'm saying? But Crip. That's what's up, man. Crip. But come on, hit me up with a question. Like I said, dude trying to purge fucking Northeast Africa. I think I'll have a salad. You know, that's the funny thing about salad. It's all about the dressing. It's all about the dressing. I have my own dressing. I can't give you that secret. But let me get a lighter. How I wish you were here. So that's all, man. I don't know. That's all. I guess I'm leaving. I guess I'm finna leave it out on that note. Trump will be snitched on by his lawyer. Let me tell you something about Trump. Trump is a heavy. Listen, this is the funny thing. Okay, here we go. I'll get a real question. I'll answer the motherfucker. Okay. Now, the funny thing about Trump, right? Now, I remember Alex Jones saying something in an interview with Joe Rogan, right? And he's being interviewed with these type, and he's going around these comedians and whatnot. And Alex Jones, he describes who they worship, right? Moloch. And he describes Moloch as being the head of George Bush's head, the dick of Donald Trump hanging over, and Hugh Hefner sucking the ass of this edifice. So I go, bam. This Donald Trump dude is and this is the one dude I don't get starstruck. But this one dude, it's just fucking interesting how Edward Benet's propaganda could kind of work, how you could be tricked into championing somebody by, I mean, it's the Hegelian, right? I mean, it was in, whose book was it? Carl Quigley's book, Tragedy of Hope, about getting, it goes back into what he said in that book. I think I have a salad, snitch, sweet, vinaigrette, nice. This lawyer looked at 30 years with toasted salami bits. The owl. Right. The owl represents that all what the owl represents and all this shit. And all that shit. I mean, like I said, these fools don't know nothing of what the fuck that owl represents and shit. They don't. You know what I'm saying? They have not you know what I'm saying? I don't think you can really use real power for evil, man. I don't think there is no evil power like that. You feel me? I think there's only life. But but then they want you to read all into what they want you to read into. And next thing you know, you be just as crazy and fucked up like them. Trying to study Aleister Crowley, you end up just like Aleister Crowley. Trying to study it, end up being just like it. Leave it the fuck alone. Ain't shit they found when they raided his office. But back to the Europe thing, right? So Europe's known for fucking stealing everybody's culture and bringing it into their fucking museums, right? So like Laura Craft or some shit like that, right? I found something. It's funny. You know where I get that? I found something. What's his fucking name? Excuse me. Farrakhan, when he was trying to bring everybody Scientology. Scientology, they really wanted people in that Scientology, man. Did you guys then get involved in Scientology? You guys aren't Scientologists? You're not wearing a little suit and becoming more Scientologist. Yeah, I'm a Scientologist. Oh my God, these goofball trendies, man. Religion, man, is a funny thing because I really think people watch and they participate low key in what they want to do. 30 years ain't shit. Didn't do shit. I only fuck Scientologists. Right on. You know what I mean? Well, the cool thing about Scientology, though, and it's funny, I guess they look for people who are trying to find themselves and shit. But what I look for in Scientology, I look how they brand things, right? And I'm under the auspice, like they use black people to fucking endorse everything, right? Your religion, they'll use fucking black people to fucking endorse anything. You know, like because, and excuse me, I know I go off about this shit, but this has been historically how it's happened. We gullible? We gullible about what? We gullible about what? But about that purge, man, like I said, this video was really just a video rant about specifically about that purge. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't be too heavy into any other topics. Like I said, I wouldn't mind switching up the topic, but I was just on here, and I just find it funny that he uses. Not find it funny. It's almost like it's just crazy. You know, I used to think that the Bible had some historical value, right? But I realized it really didn't. And what it was just an artist's interpretation on the society or the system we live in. So what do I mean by that? Is they had the thing about how Babylon fell or whatever. Well, you get so many people in here who can't communicate. You know what I mean? Like, this is a form of communistic place where everybody's just kind of shut off from everybody and nobody really communicates, you know? So, like, we don't have any families. We don't have any friends. There's no longer families. There's no longer family units, right? Couples. Now monogamy's at war, right? And then because now they got a sex doll for you, right? They got a sex doll for you because it's like, and then, you know, the hookup culture, right? It's like, who the fuck needs a fucking company? Who needs company? I just want some fucking dick, right? We move into this fucking generation, right? Where this, you know what I mean? And it's like, it's like, and we act like we're not living circular. So that's my philosophical thinking. I wish y'all had a fucking question, though. No question. The purge is whack. I know the title's whack, but that's what he said. He wanted to purge Northeast Africa. And really, my point was that, you know, those fucking idiots, they believe in Islam. And then they try to convince other black people to convince in Islam. So if he's purging them motherfuckers, eventually I think he's trying to purge his way on down. I think it's really a war by proxy. And then, you know, the Jews, they have a way of playing right along to it because they're the chosen people. And the book is, hey, says, hey, you're good. You're in the front of the book. Like you're ahead of the class. You're in front of the book. And then it's just funny. And it's like, you guys, the dude was talking about the EU, right? How do they isolate everyone? Well, okay, well, that's the communistic thing, the Fabian Society, okay? This is the Fabian Society. So they have a thing called the culture industry. And so they slowly begin to use their think tanks to there's the Macy group, okay? I don't know, you know about the Macy group, right? And the whole thing about the Fabian Society, okay? Okay, oh, let me give you a better one. What's it called? Stock? What's it called? Stock? Tavistock? Tavistock. Tavistock. So they have all these think tanks in Tavistock. And so they have these think tanks and they work on the how to separate people. And they do it, one, through feminism. I don't like to use these words, guys, because you guys are going to take me and go, feminism, women. We'll talk about it later. What I'm saying is, but they use techniques and tools and propaganda to create division, okay? So remember, like Hillary Clinton, right? Benghazi. But they don't tell you that's all media-based. It's all foreign relations. It's all media-based propaganda. So like Texas, right? And Alex Jones, CIA, media-based shortwave radio propaganda. So how do they distance us? Well, number one, I think they invented the Bible. I think the Bible is some communistic shit on me. I'm not saying that there's not some truth in it. But just because you put it in a book, whatever. So it's almost like the frog in the pot. You educate the next generation and it's slowly like brainwashing. So this is all documented in the book. Tragedy and Hope. Tragedy and Hope. Yes, the book in Tragedy and Hope. It refers to here. Tragedy and Hope. Let me go into it. But who else is a good guy that talks about the education system?